For today's practice, we'll begin standing at the top of the mat. In today's practice, there will be no downward dog, no inversions, and no forward folding in order to keep the head in line with or in the same elevation of the heart so that the heart does not come above the head. For those of you who have any medical issues or conditions, which make that a necessary part of your practice. So beginning at the top of the mat, start to root firmly through the feet, connecting the feet, the corners into the toes, ball of the foot, heel of the foot, and just begin to try to start to sense even the energy and connection from the foot and the mat. Noticing the hips stacked over the ankles, the shoulders stacked over the hips, the arms relaxed at the sides. Start to notice the pace and temperature of the breath. Noticing the air enter through the nose, exit through the nose. And just keeping the chin pointed slightly down, keeping the airway open, shoulders relaxed from the ears, kneecaps relaxed. And if you can, try to stand a bit taller, really finding some extra length in the torso, greater space for air. Bringing both palms to heart center. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, find the time to do so now, whatever that intention may be. Maybe it's just an acknowledgement of making it here for the moment. Rooting firmly through the heels, send the arms overhead, gaze up, and take a moment to really root down through the feet, center at the hips, and lift the upper body and torso. Finding a nice deep stretch, and then rotating the body towards the right, just the upper half of the body. Inhale back to center, and exhale, rotating to the left. Inhale back to center, bring palms together, and exhale, hands in front of your heart. Inhale, arms overhead. This time, exhale, bring the palms together, lean over to the right side. So you're keeping the body in the same line as you can see. I'm not leaning forward nor backward. Hips are facing forward. Both feet are rooted. Inhale up to center, and exhale over to the left. Again, keeping hips faced forward. Inhale up to center. Exhale, send palms down to heart center. So from here, maybe make sure you have enough space in your mat. Find a slight bend to both knees, protecting the low back, pulling the belly in and up towards the spine, and bring both arms out in front of you, hands together. Start to warm up the body a bit further, matching breath with movement, and opening up the energy space to kind of creating a sense of, or feeling a sense of aura around you. So inhale, open both arms, bringing the shoulder blades together behind the back, and exhale, hands come back together. Breathing in and out through the nose. Inhale to open, exhale, bring it together. Do that 5 more times on your own pace of breath. However much or little you bend your knees is up to you. Let's focus on the inhale, open, exhale to close. If the knees are bent, you'll straighten the legs, release the arms. Bring the fingers and hands behind, interlacing all 10 fingers if you can, or grabbing at the opposite arm where it's possible. And roll the shoulders up and back together, drawing the shoulder blades together, creating an expansion in chest. And again, bending the knees a bit, just to give yourself some mobility, keeping feet hips distance apart. Start to sway your upper body side to side, opening the chest and also working into the upper back or mid-back, thoracic spine. Perfect. Coming back to standing, bringing hands to heart center. From here again, keep a bend to the knees. Again, you can keep a nice healthy bend, coming into more of a chair squat. If you are bending deeply, you'll keep the tailbone pointed or kind of rounded down. And if you want to ease up, just take as much or a little of the bend there as you like. Hands come out in front. Inhale, open, shoulder blades together. Exhale, close. Try to keep a nice even pace. Inhale. 3 more. Perfect. Come back to center, hands to heart center. Relax the legs and release both hands. From here, inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, send the hands to heart center and bend all the way forward to a forward fold, keeping the head in line with the heart, in line with the hips. If this means that you can touch the ground, that is perfect. As long as your head stays above the heart, you can bring your hands to your shins to keep that support. And or if you'd like to have, if you have a block or something else handy, you can also rest the hands on that point. Here from the forward fold or half forward fold, you're going to lean the weight forwards towards the toes, finding a nice stretch to backs of legs and hamstrings. Focusing on the breath, filling completely, filling from the bottoms of lungs to upper chest, in through the nose, and out through the nose. From here, that half forward fold, you'll bring a bend to the knees. Keep the feet separate for better balance. Draw the belly in and up and bring the arms out to your sides. This will be your ending place or ending pose, kind of like a flying, balancing or airplane pose. Hands are going to come back to the center, just like when you were standing on the exhale. So inhale to open, exhale, close. At your own pace, 4 more. You can also cactus the arms. One more. And you'll straighten the legs here. Bring the hands to shins for support. Keeping the gaze down to the ground and back of neck long. And then go ahead and bend the knees, bringing the, coming to a squat here, bringing the bottom towards the heels. If this is too much compression in the knees, feel free to bring it to a higher squat, keeping the head in line with the heart. And or again, you can, if you have a block, you can find a seat on that block as well. From wherever you are, if you are able to bring the bottom closer to the heels towards ball pose, you're going to lean the weight of the feet into the balls of the feet and try to round and create some compression in the body. Of course, keeping the head kind of parallel to the ground or over the back and heart below the head. And then come back up to that half forward fold, straightening the legs, lengthen on the inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, lengthen, look up. Exhale, send palms to heart center. Coming down slowly just to the kneeling position. Finding the knees to be hips distance apart. Bringing the hands again behind the back to that interlace, all 10 fingers interlace, where opposite hands connect where they can, drawing the shoulder blades together behind, expanding the chest, and then rotating the chest or torso, rotating from the hips or waist up to the right and left. And if you want, even folding forward, so keeping the belly pulled in, you'll fold forward here, again keeping the head in line with the hips, just to bring a little bit more access or greater space behind the shoulder blades, to the thoracic spine in the back. And then you'll sit the bottom onto the heels, relaxing the hands. You can also relax the hands onto the legs or thighs. Again, if this bothers the bottom, just bring the feet out from underneath you, come into a seated position. So you create a lot of movement, a lot of energy. Go ahead and send both hands up to the ceiling. Bring the palms to face towards the ground. And on the exhale, allow the energy to come towards the ground, centering. Inhale, send the arms up. Bring the palms parallel to face the ground. And exhale, send it down, guiding the energy down. Once more, inhale for length. Maybe close the eyes, relax the face, hands come parallel to the ground, bringing, guiding that energy down. Perfect. From here, if you are still sitting on the heels, uncross the legs, coming into a seated position. And if you always cross your legs in the same direction, try to uncross them and create that opposite cross, just to bring a bit of opening to the opposite hip. Keeping the sit bones rooted to the ground or mat. Inhale, both arms up. And exhale, rotate, twist to your right, bringing right hand behind the back and left hand to either knee here. Lifting up on inhale through crown of head, exhaling as you rotate, twist to the left, always twisting from the waist up. Inhale, create space, feel the belly rise. Notice the chest move even though it's constricted or compromised. Exhale smoothly. Find 3 breaths here. Noticing the pace of breath, keeping it slow and even. Noticing the temperature of breath, the texture of the breath. And exhale, unwind back to the center. Inhale, arms up. Keep that length and lift as you exhale to the left. Left hand comes right behind the back, close to the bottom. Left hand to either knee. Rotating to the left this time. Lengthening through crown of head on inhale. Exhale as you gaze over to the left. Trying to continue to fill the belly or lungs fully. Exhale, soften just a bit. The face, eyebrows. Even legs. Notice if the legs are tense. One more full breath. Perfect. At the end of your exhale, unwind back to the center. Coming to the sit bones now. Keep the sit bones rooted to the ground. If you have any major back issues or balance issues and it's more comfortable for you, feel free to keep your hands kind of tented out to the sides, fingertips to the sides for boat pose Navasana. You're going to keep the belly drawn in and you'll lean back towards where you start to find your balance, the sit bones. Walking up to the tippy toes. If there's no issues with the back and you're comfortable with the balance, you can keep your hands under the legs or thighs, knees. You can keep the toes to the ground. You can lift one leg or 2 legs. You can keep the knees bent or straighten the legs. You can keep the hands connected or release them. Wherever you choose to remain, make sure that low back is nice and firm. You're making a complete V-like shape here. A lot of tendency to round in the low back and let the chest cave. Really trying to keep a steady and smooth breath. If you do notice any shaking, it's just the muscles working hard. Keep that slow and steady breath. Allow the breath to create space in the body. Exhale, old stale air. Turn up the corners of the mouth, breathe in. Exhale, old stale air. One more inhale. Exhale, bring the feet to the ground and just soften the upper body over the shins here, relaxing the head and neck. You can even bring the heels closer together for a little bit of support to relax. And then bring the hands behind the body and just keep the feet kind of windshield wipers back and forth, slowly twisting to one side and the other, just to bring a release in the hips. And on your inhale, find your breath to cross the legs, plant the palms, make your way to a tabletop position. Here you're keeping the hands, or wrists rather, fingertips are spread nice and wide, wrists are directly under the shoulders, and knees are directly under the hips. I prefer to keep tops of my feet to the mat. Others prefer to keep the toes tucked. Keeping tops of feet to the mat, you're going to pull the belly in and up. Go ahead and lift the right leg off the ground, keeping that right leg parallel. You're going to point the right toes down, flexing the right foot. And you're pushing the right heel away from your head. Really important to maintain nice stability through the core. There's also a tendency to often kind of dip down here, allowing the back to round, the belly to come down, really keeping the belly pulled in and everything parallel to the ground. If you're balanced, you'll lift the opposite left arm. Back of neck is nice and long. Your gaze is at the mat, kind of between the hands, top of the mat. And exhale, release. Take a full breath in. Lengthen head to tailbone. And exhale, you'll just curve the body to the right, gazing the head over towards the back of the mat or the right toes. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, curve to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, root down through your limbs. Inhale, lift the left leg, flex the left toes, keep the belly firm, parallel to the ground. If you like, extending the right arm. Always finding an active push and reach here. If you are actively pushing and reaching, this should not be easy. Smooth and steady breath. Use the pressure through all the fingertips in addition to the wrist or palm. In with the new air, out with the old. One more. And exhale, release back to the ground. Inhale, lengthen, head to tailbone. Exhale, curve to the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curve to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sit back to the heels or uncross the feet, coming to a seated position. Relax the hands in the lap. Close the eyes, place a hand in the belly, in the heart, or just keep them in your lap if you like. Observe the energy in the body, any areas of tightness, any areas that feel more open, any areas of constriction, and any areas of free expression. As you come back towards the mat, walk towards the top, come into a seat, extend the legs out in front of you here. So if you have, which I will interrupt my video to get up and get, if you have a towel or a strap or a scarf or a piece of clothing even near you, I should have told you to grab that first. You don't need it, but grab it if you have it. You'll create two straight legs here and peel the skin away from the sit bone, so that the sit bones root into the mat, into the earth. If you are flexible enough to reach with your two-piece fingers, your big toe, you can find a connection that way. Or if you cannot reach, don't have that access or flexibility, you can wrap a towel, piece of clothes, whatever, around the ball of the foot here and use that for guidance. So I will keep the towel here because I have it. If you also do not have anything near you, you can keep your two-piece fingers wrapped around the big toe and just bring a bend to the knee that allows you to have that connection. So with the knee bent, a leg straight, your hands connected, or with the use of a towel or prop, you're going to extend that leg straight as you can. You're going to keep the shoulders stacked over the hips. If you'd like to use a hand for support, that's fine. And you're going to bring that leg towards you as much as you can. So you're finding the same amount of stretch underneath the hamstrings that you would in a forward fold. Working really hard to maintain a straight leg, or as straight as is comfortable for you. And you're really using the hands and biceps really to pull the foot towards the body here. Almost imagining that your back is up against a wall and you're pulling that foot towards the wall. Keeping the opposite foot flexed as well. And then exhale, slowly release. Go ahead and just give the feet a few circles, switch sides. Again, either piece fingers to the toe, leg straight or knee bent. It's easier to get into once you bend, or you can wrap something around the foot there. I'll use that on this side. Wrapping around the ball of the foot, creating a firm connection, drawing the belly in, opposite hand can support or not, and lifting slowly. Keeping a bend in the knee is fine, straightening the leg is fine. The goal is to keep the back straight, imagining you're sitting up against the wall, opposite foot flexed and leg connected to the ground, and using that bicep, that arm strength, that core strength to pull the leg towards the body. Breathing fully. Maybe smiling, maybe not. And slowly releasing back down to the ground, giving the feet a few circles, bringing the legs to a cross, and again noting the energy in the body, bringing the legs to an opposite cross if you always cross the same direction. Sending the arms out in front of you, wrapping the right arm underneath the left arm, crossing at the elbows and winding, connecting. If this is not accessible, hands at the heart or prayer works just fine. If you are bound at the elbows here, you want to draw the elbows away from you and up, so the elbows come in line with the shoulders, bringing a nice opening to the back. From here, you can sort of lean a little to the left or twist to the left and twist to the right. Once more, twist to the left and hold here, feeling a stretch along the right shoulder through the back, and release back to the center. Just bring a few normal or neutral circles forward and backward for the shoulders. And when you're ready, opposite hand, left under right. And you'll cross at the elbows, otherwise keeping hands in prayer. You'll draw the elbows away from the body and lift them up, elbows in line with the shoulders. Bringing the stretch to the left and right, and again the left, and holding, noticing a stretch along the left shoulder to the back, and exhale, release. If it's comfortable for you, you can keep the soles of feet connected to the mat, feet pulled in towards the groin. If you have something that's behind you, you can sit up against or a wall. I suggest that. If not, you just keep the feet relaxed as far away or as close to you as is comfortable. If this position is not comfortable for you, please find one that is. Keeping an upright position for your relaxation. Of course, you're always welcome to lie down. In this case, kind of created a lot of energy with our flow and movement today. And rather than lie down and sort of shut that all down, I'm just going to take a seat to try to ground some of that energy. You can keep the palms faced up or down to feel more centered. You may take a few moments to notice how the body feels. Acknowledging the time you've given to yourself, the attention you've given to yourself. And just start to slow down the breathing, even letting control completely go of the breath, just allowing the inhales and exhales to come and go. And doing so, a few breaths on your own, trying not to feel any sense of rush. And start to deepen the breath by lengthening the inhales and lengthening the exhales, bringing awareness, greater attention to the body, generating more air, more space in the body with that awareness. Bringing the hands to heart center, allowing the thumbs to touch the heart, bowing the head towards the hands, concentrating that energy inward on the body, acknowledging the knowledge that the body provides you. Bowing the head to the hands in honor of your practice, or please repeat after me, Namaste. Thanks for joining me today. Hopefully you had a nice time working through some of your energy, opening up a bit more space, physically, perhaps mentally. Should you like a certain sequence or flow created just for you, please send me a message. I'm happy to do so. Take care.